pre-qualifying with you. This is involving Jennifer Gaz. Okay.
Right off the bat, the judge is clarifying this isn't just any routine check-in. Jennifer's facing multiple legal issues at once. Are you already sensing how complicated this is about to get?
I don't know how to be as succinct, but I'll try to be as succinct as I can. The court may recall that she has a PCS that's arising in the same incident that was over there. James Mount and Melissa over the Rick Court and I, we had a powwow yesterday for about 35, 45 minutes to try to decide what happened here, and I'm trying to short circuit things. At the end of it all, we come out this morning, they're going to dismiss the PCS as long as she pleads here. They're allowing her to plead to a time served over here.
Not on the second. Sorry.
If you...
Not on the second.
That's...
No. If she wants a PTI, or if she wants a probation, okay. I think 30 is what we typically do on a second, but not time served.
Now, the first one was some time ago, Judge. Like
I understand.
Years ago.
I get it. And she had violations while she's on, right?
Well, there weren't violations that couldn't be excused or explained because what happens is she takes Adderall. And so that's what I think the issue was.
No, I'm sorry. Not on a second. And it's not just you. It's just... I have before, and people have ran, like literally the week after, they wrapped their car on the pole.
Notice how the scooter keeps coming up? The defense is emphasizing she doesn't drive, which is crucial in a DWI case. Judges don't just care about the vehicle. They're looking at risk to public safety. Ever wonder why even a scooter can become a sticking point?
So,
and
if I can, and it may or may not impact your decision, you know, she does not have a license, does not drive. Okay, she has that scooter that she's owned that we talked about that's under 8 horsepower, whatever it is.
Is it one of those Costco scooters that you cannot take on the street?
Yes, you can't really get on the street with it, Judge. It's not one of those, and she has a license and has not had one. Okay. Now, I know there's going to be an imposition of a suspension of any license that she may have. I know that will be coming at her. The big issue with the probation, because that's one of the things that we first had talked about, she has to take care, and she's the sole provider for an elderly father. She doesn't drive, is unable to drive him back and forth and everything, but he depends like 100% on her. Now, my concern with the probation, and it was the thing that we kind of tossed about yesterday, is if she's forced to be in a position of making a decision of doing something for her dad versus appear for a urine test or appear for an office visit or something like that, she's going to defer and say, I'm going to take care of my dad. My dad's life means more than me reporting.
Probation will never interfere with anything that someone has to do for work, caring for another person. They will always work around. So if she gets called in for a drug test.
Here the judge explains how probation is actually flexible. Many viewers think probation officers are rigid, but courts can grant virtual check-ins or schedule changes. Do you think that's fair leniency or just asking for trouble?
All she has to do is say, hey, I can't come. You know, I can come tomorrow. They're not going to give you grace of a week. It's got to be something reasonable. The next day, perhaps a couple hours down the road, but they're never going to leave you high and dry to where they're going to do anything like that. I can allow, if she does well, after the first couple months, I can allow virtual reporting as well, so that she can report via Zoom. You know, if she's doing well, she will still have to, you know, I mean, she's going to have a guardian interlock, right? Because that's what we do on all probations, especially on the second. So
she doesn't have a vehicle, doesn't drive, doesn't have a license.
She'll have a portable.
There's a monitor on her. Can I have her come forward?
Sure.
Come forward, since I don't mind.
She's got a monitor ankle, and I'm paying for it now, right?
And it is killing her leg.
We'll take that off. We'll give her a portable device.
That has to be modified because it doesn't look good at all.
Her looks is the least of my concern.
It's painful, Judge, what I'm saying, it's painful.
Hello, Judge.
on
Hi,
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Good, sir. Thank you.
What we had discussed, Judge, just so, and there's a full disclosure analysis we're talking, Marissa had agreed to have a plea to the DWI probation with the terms, including the treatment that's to be recommended by the TRAS and all this type of stuff, which we had agreed that would be one of the ways to resolve it. And that would still have them dismiss the PCS. But once we talked about the idea of setting her up for failure, if you would, I wasn't comfortable that she would be able.
This is a powerful moment. The judge is warning her about felony status. Once you hit a felony conviction, doors slam shut. Jobs, housing, even voting rights. That's why dismissing that PCS charge is a huge win for her.
Or this court might even be able to accommodate issues that would arise because she couldn't either get to her meeting or
You
get
can
to
always
the
accommodate.
testing.
Always. There's never a way that we can't. Never doesn't work in our vocabulary. And the thing that I want you to understand is that I don't, you now, once you plead, if you plead to this, it's going to go on your record. It is now a second offense. And the last thing we want is for you to graduate to felony status to where you're looking at 2 to 10 in the penitentiary, right?
Yes,
And I need, and I want to make sure that you understand that there are consequences to behavior. You need to understand that if you ever get in a car, you smell like alcohol, you smell like dope, they're not going to care whether you're spilling, fall down ass drunk, where you've urinated yourself, whether you're vomit. It doesn't take that for them to file a felony charge on you. Even the faintest smell of alcohol, the faintest droopy eyelids, the faintest sway in the wrong way, they're going to charge you with a felony DWI, and now you're looking at up to 10 years in prison. I, at all costs, want to make sure that that doesn't happen. And in my experience, what I've seen, when people have too easy, right, it never works out well. And I don't think that a time served on a DWI second is appropriate. I understand that you may take care of other people. I understand that you may have life issues. Actions have consequences. You not only have this DWI second, but you also have a felony possession of a controlled substance. He's worked a tremendous deal where they're going to dismiss the felony case. I'm going to tell you now, anytime you can avoid a felony, you're winning. Anytime, it doesn't matter. Because once you get that felony conviction, I cannot tell you how many doors that closes. And not only just from potential work, but I'm talking issues with the state.
So the deal here is mandatory jail time unless it's pled down, plus probation with strict conditions. This is the court's version of tough love. Do you think a short jail stay would actually deter future offenses more than probation?
Being able to get state resources, funding for things like food stamps, perhaps lose the right to vote, it really closes a lot of doors. And I want to make sure that that doesn't happen, So,
Judge.
we usually, now this is a second, you, by law, must do 5 days in jail as a condition to probation, right?
You can feel the judge's real goal here. He wants Jennifer to remember this experience 20 years from now, standing at a crossroads. This isn't just punishment. It's an attempt to change her decision-making for life. Have you ever had a moment like that yourself?
I don't know if you guys have worked out an agreement where they're going to waive that and plead it down to a first, thereby waiving the jail time, but there's mandatory 5 days in jail as a result of this. That's what you need to understand, which is the other consequence of this. Now, if they're willing to do that, I'm certainly okay with that, but time served. And the probation, if you do well in the beginning and you show us that we can trust you, we will allow you to do virtual reporting through Zoom. But we have to know that you're going to do well. There are not going to be any issues. And most importantly, you're not going to use,
Absolutely, sir.
because that's what matters.
Yes, sir.
All we're trying to do here is make sure that you don't take a life on the road, so that you have enough of a crappy experience here that 15 years down the road, when you're placed in a position where you're intoxicated out there, man, should I get this car? I had such a miserable time in court with that Judge Fleischer. God, I never want that experience again. That's the idea.
Yes,
because
sir.
I want you to remember me 20 years from now when you're in a position of vulnerability where you make the right decision.
Absolutely. Yes,
And
sir.
hopefully with the probation, we get you understand.
Absolutely, sir. I agree. It's fine.
Now, you have a probation officer, right? Your probation officer is always willing to work with you. If they call you in for a drug test and you're in some kind of situation where you can't, you let them know. We will give you the line to Shatoria here. She's absolutely an angel, is always willing to help you out. We can give you a direct access to her. If you have a problem, call us, call me, call her, and we will work something out.
Yes, sir.
But there's never a way that we can't work something out. There's always a way. There's always a way. Always.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Give me a minute or two to
no
talk to
rush.
my judge.
No rush. And I mean, your case, Ms. Knowles, it's only what, like 140 days? Right?
We won't have it over today, Judge.
Or you don't have to.
But I think we're at that point. So I think just a little conversation, I think we should be able to get.
Okay. For sure.
And I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you.
Sure.